Good evening, fuckers. We're back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. This one is another request from Yorksman 9868, and it might be seen as a bit predictable, but I have no problem with that because it's a route that is making its debut on this channel. And after the recent video on the Dorset coastline, it was, I think, very much due for the other golden age developments route that I have, the West of England Mainline. So all I was actually asked was that I do a run on the line, and pretty much everything else was left to me, with the exception of have the train as an early diesel. Not a problem. So we are going to be starting at Yeovil Town. And our destination, it says Axminster here. That's not our final destination, but for the first part of it we have to go to Axminster. We will then go on to the branch, and that will take us to what is our final destination, which is Lyme Regis. So yep, we are heading to the coast. I'm not 100% sure of the total distance. I mean, from Yeovil to Axminster is about 26-27 miles. But from Axminster to Lyme Regis, I have no idea. So, I guess we'll find out. So, the train is a Class 27 in British Railways Green. I've chosen 5 coaches because I think 3 is a bit too short, and I have no idea of the station sizes, so I thought, well, I'll just go with a medium length train rather than all out for the 7. I suspect they probably could all take 7, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, this way we'll make sure that, or at least hopefully we'll make sure we can stop at all stations just fine. Finally, with regards to the specifics, first time we're seeing this route, so we want to see it looking its best. So it is summer, it is clear, and it is 11 AM. Okay, so that is the setup. Let's get things underway. And here we are, with the signal just turning green. Right, let's get the train set up, because that is really not going to take very long at all. But I think we have pretty much done it. Yeah, nothing on the sides there. So yeah, that is the train completely set up. Let's take a look. So here we are at Yeovil, well, specifically Yeovil Town station. There are a couple of stations for Yeovil. Let's let the passengers on. So we have 5 of the Mark 1 coaches in their original maroon. You can see how short this platform is that we're on. Yeah, the N2 carriages can't even fit, so yeah, I think going with the 5 coach option probably the best, and it's still not ideal Right, looks like all the doors are shut. So from Yeovil to Axminster is even less than I thought. 23.76 miles. So, right, let us get underway. See what this route has to offer. I have not driven a single inch of this route so far. This is a complete first for me. We are in a 40 mph zone. Quite a hazy sort of summer day. It's not bright sunshine, but already the route looks amazing. Fantastic detail here. Let's take our class 27 up to full throttle and get ourselves up to 40 mph. With only 5 coaches, this train will do 40 no problem whatsoever. We are on a 1 in 141 uphill climb here. And we have a speed reduction down to 15 coming up in just under a mile. Okay, we'll coast for a bit. And there's White, so Yeovil Junction, the second Yeovil station. Yeovil Junction, it's actually not in Yeovil, it's just outside, it's just to the south of it. But that station is still there today, but Yeovil Town that we just left, if it is the same station, then it's no longer called that, it's now called Yeovil Pole Mill. That is the only station that I'm aware of that is actually in the town of Yeovil itself. Why it got the name changed to that, not a clue. So like much of the Dorset coast route, we are on this sort of embankment for a fair bit. We are still going uphill, it's now 1 in 151, but it is slowing us down, which is fine because yeah, we've got to be going down to 15. But once we leave Yeovil Junction, yeah, we've got a nice 85 limit coming up. So we're now fine as far as the 15 mph speed limit is concerned. Yes, good job that yeah, those sidings were there. It's clearly why the speed limit is down to only 15. It's a reasonable sized station. This is certainly bigger than the Yeovil Town station we just come from. I have no problem at all getting the entire train on this platform, that is for sure. So here we are at Yeovil Junction. Yeah, it looks great. And quite a few milk wagons over there. Doors are still open. This is obviously a much longer stop than the previous one. Now after here, the doors are now closed, but after here I've no idea what the next station is or where it is or nothing. I'm really going into this run kind of blind, but I did deliberately resist trying the route out until I was doing a video on it, so I could give my full first impressions. Well, I can tell you already, I don't think it's going to come as any big surprise either, but my first impressions are extremely positive. This looks fantastic. Does also help when you're doing like a route for the first time that you choose a decent loco for it. Yeah, I think I've made a good choice as well. 27 is a fine choice for a run like this. I would have chosen the class 24, but I only have that in BR blue, so it wouldn't have looked right. So we are in the 85 zone. Let's get some speed up and see what this train can do. I think it doesn't say anywhere what the top speed is. It's usually written somewhere, but no. But I think this is certainly capable of 75. I think it might be able to go up to 90. I mean, a lot of people sort of rather dismiss the class 27 because it's a Salter engine loco, but I mean, Salter engines, yeah, okay, they may have been small, but they did not produce a hell of a lot of power. And we do only have 5 coaches behind us, so we are not shifting a hell of a lot of weight. So we don't really have a great deal to slow us down. We have our next station coming up already. Sutton Bingham. Not one I am familiar with. It looks like a very small station indeed. I highly doubt we'll be able to get all of our carriages on this one. Take us down to around mid-30s. High 20s. I just realised, yeah, we are on another uphill climb, so it's no wonder our speed is continuing to come down at a pretty good rate. see how many coaches we can get on here. Obviously we're going to go beyond the platform. We can certainly get 4. I reckon we might be able to get all 5. Certainly as far as the route display is concerned. Although, yeah, in practice that's well overshot it. So, well, the rear 3 have opened. That 4th one could easily have opened as well. So, anyway, here we are at Sutton Bingham. Very small station that's sort of out in the middle of nowhere by the looks of it. Looks like it's more of a sort of rural, maybe sort of farming stop. Okay, doors have shut. As I was saying in the video when I did the Dorset run, and I'm having to keep calling it the Dorset run because I can't actually remember where we went. Bournemouth to Weymouth, that's it, yeah. Now in that one, I was saying that that particular route, among its requirements, are this route that we are on now. You have to have this route installed if you are going to be doing any runs on the Dorset coast. But let's face it, that's not a hardship, because this is, I mean, I can say absolutely already, this is another great route. It's fantastically scenic. It's a good drive, especially in the 27 here. So the fact that you have to have this in order to be able to do the in order to have the Dorset coast route working, it's fine by me. Obviously I will include a link to the route page from the Golden Age Developments website, so you can check out the requirements and download it. So it's another one of these really high quality routes that is absolutely free. Approaching a downhill section. The ground is now levelling out. Now, yeah, heading downhill straight away, so 1 in 125. That will certainly help our acceleration. Acceleration had tailed off a fair bit, although I think that was at least partly due to the fact that we were going uphill. I might have been overstating things a bit when I said I think this train could do 90. Yeah, I think maybe 80 is probably its limit. So it's now 1 in 120 downhill. While we are here, let's take a look at the carriages. Yeah, so it is only this view, but as I always say, that's rail travel. I do like those compartments with the corridor to the side. Much better than the crap we get nowadays. we're still accelerating at a pretty good rate. We are fast approaching 80 mph. We're now on a 1 in 100 downhill. We are now doing 80. At this rate, I'm going to have to watch out we don't start speeding. I think I started coasting a bit too soon there. Let's see if we can get up to, we're losing speed because we're on a 1 in 170 climb. That's a shame. I shouldn't have come off the throttle when I did. I was trying to see if we can do 85. I'm sure we can. Maybe they should move some of these sheep over to the wall station. So Crewkern is our next stop. At least it's somewhere I've heard of. So we were about the speed there, but we did get up to 85.9. So, well, unless I decide to say bollocks to the speed limit, that is definitely going to be the fastest we will do for the entire run. And we're now 1 in 80 uphill. That'll certainly help with the braking. As much as I really do like these two routes by Golden Age developments that I have, I'm not sure if I would be getting too many more because they do quite a few fictional routes and I'm really not big on fictional routes. But yeah, if they have any other, like, you know, real life routes on there, I'll have to have another look through their site. I'm definitely picking them up. This is great stuff, it really is. I'm not going to overshoot quite as much, or I'd preferably not at all. So I don't think the rear carriage is going to quite be on there, but I'm hoping the front carriage will be. Yeah, front carriage is fine, even though the doors haven't opened. So this is Crewkern. Little more than quite a small village, really. But again, great detail on the station. Looks fantastic. Some proper station buildings, unlike the modern stations. Yeah, all good. Okay, so the doors look all shut. I did not mean to do that. Let's get back underway. So Axminster is now 13 miles. So not a huge number of stations heading from Yeovil to Axminster. Of course, that's not going to be the end of the run for us. We will be carrying on from there to Lyme Regis. So our number 2 driver may need to move our train while we are yeah, once we have dropped off our passengers at Axminster. Only thing I know about Axminster is yeah, the same as everybody else, carpets. It's quite a hefty embankment we're on here. Might be the Honiton tunnel. Maybe not, it looks a bit short to be the Honiton one. I think what those hills are in the background there, either side of us. I think, is this the area of Mendips? They might be somewhere around here. Now heading downhill again, 1 in 120. That will help with our acceleration again. See if we can get any trackside views. We're hurtling along at a pretty good rate now, so this view should be alright. Give it a couple more tries. Okay, one more shot. No. So we're on a section of track that's absolutely gun barrel straight. It's almost like we're on the East Coast Mainline again. It's a lot more scenic than the East Coast Mainline, I'll give it that. Speaking of East Coast Mainline, I can reveal that although it's not going to be within the next sort of like handful of videos, I do have another London to Edinburgh run lined up. It won't be another live stream, but yeah. If things all work in its favour, it could be quite a good one. But I'll say no more than that for now. So Chard Station coming up. I'm sure I had got Chard Station on another of my routes somewhere. I can't remember which one. I think it might be on the South Western Expressway's run. So yeah, this 1 in 120 downhill gradient is impacting on our braking somewhat. We're still coming down at a decent rate. We're into the high 30s, so certainly not panic stations. It doesn't look like the ground level's out while we're in the station, so we will need to brake a bit harder to bring ourselves to a halt. Quite a good sized station, this one. It looks like it's as much a freight depot as it is a passenger stop. So this is Chard Station. Yeah, for the time, this is a really sort of like big station, especially in this part of the country. So it's a proper major passenger terminal and a yeah, freight depot. Like doors have it all shut. Let's just make doubly sure. Yeah, they have. Also get another look at and they've even made sure, you know, all the cars and lorries and that are all of the period. And it may seem like a bit of an obvious thing to do, but you'd be amazed at how rarely it happens, especially on a route that is published by Dovetail Games. So we leave Chard, and that was yeah, really good station, really well put together, that one. I wouldn't be at all surprised if there are no more stations until Axminster. Since we're not getting our trackside view, we'll sort of try and make one of our own. This is certainly not the longest run that I could do on this particular route. End to end would be, well, in this direction, yeah, it'd be Yeovil Town to Exeter Central. Probably quite a reasonable distance, but Exeter has appeared in so many of the videos whenever I've been doing train runs in this part of the country. So I figured, yeah, let's not have Exeter in here. Originally it was going to be Exeter to Lyme Regis, and then yeah, I thought about it. So I thought I'd then see if I could do Yeovil to Lyme Regis, which obviously I can. So I figured, yeah, that's the route to do. Show some parts of the country that haven't been in videos before. And for the vast majority of this run, we haven't been on level ground at all. There's always been some kind of gradient to deal with, and the old 27 has had no problems dealing with them at all. So Axminster is coming up just as we reach 80 mph. And we are going slightly downhill, so we may need to put a very slight brake in just to gradually slow us. I've just gone through a red. I'm not sure if that top one there was for us. See, I'm really not good with the semaphore signals at all. So here we are at Axminster. We'll let the passengers off and we shall get ready for our departure to Lyme Regis. So we have been moved to the Axminster Bay platform, and as you can see on the route display, yeah, we are sticking out quite a bit. There's certainly plenty of space here, but yeah, there's the buffers, but we could have easily got at least another carriage in. So yeah, none of the carriage doors will actually open while we are here, so it's a good job we got the passengers on and off before moving to this part of the yeah, station. Anyway, let's get underway. So 6.61 miles to Lyme Regis, so yeah, the total journey distance is about 30 miles. So according to the operational errors for the first part, yeah, I actually got 2 SPAD errors, which is, well, it's horrendous. No speeding, but yeah, the fact that I didn't get any speeding errors doesn't really make up for the fact that I went through 2 red signals. We are now in the 25 zone, we can get a bit more speed up. Quite a sharp corner we're on to be accelerating. Admittedly not by a hell of a lot, only up to 25, but still. So it looks like the branch to Lyme Regis is single line only. And we are on a really steep climb here, 1 in 40. Yeah, it looks like this is quite a slow branch here. So we're down to 10 mph in just under a mile. I think this rather hefty climb is, well, certainly going to play its part in slowing us down once I take the throttle back down to 0. May not even need the brake. I can only assume we're going to have quite a steep descent at some point because Lyme Regis is on the coast and it does have beaches. It's not all, you know, on the edge of huge great cliffs. And I know Lyme Regis is one of those towns that is gradually sort of disappearing into the sea. But I don't think that was such an issue back in the 50s when this line is set. Start coasting, let the gravity slow us down. Slowing down far too quickly. We don't want to be speeding up either. Fine now. So these signs here are the marking the start of the 10 mph zone, and I put too much speed in, so yeah. Well, it's not quite as steep now, 1 in 80. Yeah, the combination of steep climb and this rather sharp curve means that, yeah, yes, it is incredibly slow, but you can kind of see why. And as I'm rather clearly illustrating, trying to maintain speed when it's as low as this is not straightforward. No wonder it's saying that ETA is going to take 20 minutes to do less than 5 miles. So we're now back to a 1 in 40 climb. This is a really sort of dodgy piece of track here. 1 in 40 uphill ascent on a curve this sharp. You can see the markers there showing the end of the 10 mph zone. I'll be very glad when the entire train has gone through there. 25 mph is not exactly breakneck speed, but it's more than double what we can do at the moment. I don't think I really need to take it all the way up to 100, but okay, yeah, let's do it. With us still on this 1 in 40 climb, maybe, yeah, putting us up to 100% throttle was necessary. Impacting on our acceleration. Look how slowly it's going up. That's better. Now levelled out. But I don't think it's staying level for very long. No. So what are we on now? 1 in 40 again. Paying attention. Yeah, we're alright now. Now that, yeah, we're going uphill again. So we do have a stop here coming up, but it looks like combine. Climbers eased off a little bit, but it's still 1 in 60. That's still absolutely steep enough. Certainly not going to get the whole train on this platform. It's quite a small station here. So yeah, looks like front 3 carriages only. But the front one didn't open. They could easily have got out there. Yeah, look at this, real tiny little village station. It's not even really a village, it's a hamlet. I think that, you know, yeah, that's probably the whole of Combine there. But clearly, okay, right, yes. Actually, no, that looks more like you got a barn there or something. So yeah, it's another farmer's agricultural stop. In fact, yeah, we've got a couple of milk churns here, so they're probably expecting like milk wagons to show up. I would imagine though any, oh, no, I was going to say any freight ones would use this line, but yeah, you've got the buffers there. So that is only available for trains coming in from Lyme Regis. Oh. On we go. So we've got less than 2.5 miles now to Lyme Regis. Now we have what I would imagine is quite a steep descent. Yeah, 1 in 40. Then we have another, thankfully rather short, 10 mph section fast approaching. Well, I say fast approaching, I mean, we can't do more than 25 on this line, but it's not hard to see why. It looks like the descent is not quite as steep through the 10 mph section. It's a good bloody job, really. So that bridge looks like being the reason why we are going, yeah, gonna have to go so slowly. So we are now fine as far as the speed limit is concerned. But trying to keep it within this limit, that's going to be the real pain in the arse. We have, yeah, what, quite the hefty viaduct here. Yeah, a bit slow with the brakes there. Certainly an impressive viaduct. It's a shame that yeah, I'm having to try and manage the speed at the same time, so I couldn't really get a hell of a lot of decent exterior views of it. I picked up so many speeding errors on this run. There we go, so we're now in the 25 zone again, but we can just let the gravity do our accelerating for us. And I know that the routes to Hastings and in and out of there is considered quite an infamous one among train drivers, but Jesus Christ, this one, I'm amazed this one isn't even more so. All these really sharp sort of like curves on very steep ascents and descents. You've really got to watch yourself on this line. Fine for the speed limit as we approach Lyme Regis station. In fact, if anything, we're going a bit too slow, so we'll pick up a bit more speed. We are now on a 1 in 55, and at least the ground does level out at the station itself, which, and we should be grateful for that. So here we are, we made it. So this then is Lyme Regis. That was Yeovil to Lyme Regis. I mean, fantastic view when we get there, but god dear, that branch from Axminster to Lyme Regis, that was a properly very tricky one. So it means that in a route that is less, yeah, it's probably just under 30 miles. So look at how we did. I think I'm going to be, yeah, I'll have done absolutely abysmally. So 6 speeding errors and 2 spads on a route that is, yeah, just under 30 miles. That is atrocious. But yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, fantastic route again. Really like top quality stuff. The views, the scenery, the attention to detail. It's all there. I probably would say that the Dorset Coast one, of what I've seen so far, I think the Dorset Coast one is the better of the two. But I mean, take nothing away from this. This is still absolutely fantastic, and it is absolutely free. You'll also see this is still in beta, so there is still more to come from these guys. But what they've done so far is just, yeah, superb job. So, yeah, if you're interested in picking up this route, and I wouldn't blame you if you were, the link's in the description. You can go and take a look, see if you meet the requirements, and if you do, then get it downloaded, because it's great. So that brings this video to an end, and we will see you at the next one.